Scorpio, welcome to your reading. It's good to see you. I haven't pulled any cards for you yet, but there is a very vivid, peculiar vision that I'm getting for you. I've only gone so far into it because I want to unravel it and come to understand it with you in real time. So let's go ahead and dive right in. As soon as I connected to your energy, I saw a circus tent. It was red and white stripes in the middle of a field. There was nothing else around it, no one else around it, and it was in the evening, so it was pretty dark outside. But light was, pouring through the circus tent, and I could hear that classic circus music emanating from it, and I was drawn inside. So I went in, and as soon as I entered the tent, I saw in the dead center of the ring an elephant balancing on one leg on a red ball, and its trunk was straight up. It was vertical, balancing on the ball. Its trunk was straight up, and on top of its trunk was another red ball that it was balancing. And I think there may have been other kind of, blocks or shapes as well that it was balancing. And it was wearing a red, I don't know what you'd call it, like a red cloth on its back with a gold star. And I knew that the elephant was you. Right away, I knew that the elephant was you. So, and there's a connection here between elephant and whale energy. I'm not totally sure what that is, but when I feel into the elephant, I also feel whale. Maybe something about memory, like ancient memory. But anyway, this elephant, which is you, was performing this unbelievable balancing act, quite literally. But the interesting thing was that there was no one there. There was all the seating, all of the, bleachers, I guess, in the circus tent that would normally be there, but there was no one. There was no one. So the elephant did its balancing act, and then it finished, and it got off the ball and walked away, walked out of the ring. And there was this, from start to finish, there was just this kind of melancholy. I wouldn't say grief necessarily, maybe, but more so a kind of melancholy. The word dampening is coming to mind. So you are performing some kind of incredible balancing act. Your skill, your focus, your devotion and determination is unmatched. But this sadness, I'm not entirely sure if it's that you're feeling sad that there's nobody watching you, there's nobody there to recognize all of the hard work that you're doing and the incredible feat that you're achieving, or if this sadness is coming from the fact that deep down you don't want to be doing this balancing act at all. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one it is. Maybe a little bit of both. Take it how it resonates. It's taken you a very long time to get to the point that you can achieve this feat without falling or faltering. You make it look pretty easy, even though it is not. And you've put in, well, okay, now I'm hearing decades, years of work to achieve this level of grace. but nobody is witnessing it. There's something here maybe about like not really feeling seen. But again, I'm not sure that you want to be seen on some level. Maybe you don't want to be seen for this balancing act that you're doing. The fact that it's, you know, in a circus tent, that feels to me like something about this is very performative. And maybe your soul is calling you to do something that is less performative. Maybe you don't want to be seen for something that requires so much force, maybe? Okay, let's leave it at that. Where should I go from here? Okay, I feel called to actually pull just one card from Anatomy of a Witch Oracle, and then I'm going to go into more cards from Poesis. All right, highest and best messages for Scorpio Spirit. Adorn. Look at that. A faceless woman holding two masks. Talk about performative. Okay. It feels kind of like you're in a state of evaluation. Evaluating something or re-evaluating something. You're taking another look at old masks you have worn. The masks, you know, are a symbol of that performative energy. Now, performative energy can be in alignment. Wearing a mask can actually be in alignment. I think this card in the guidebook, it talks about, you know, clothing and makeup and jewelry as being something that we can use to express and highlight and showcase our authenticity or hide it. It completely depends on the energy behind what you're doing and the intention behind what you're doing, right? So what is the energy and intention behind what you're doing? Are you trying very, very hard to perfect this balancing act because it's what your soul is calling you to do and it is exalted and it is expressive, right? Authentically expressive? Or is it a mask in more of a shadow way? Are you doing this because at one point you thought it would get you approval, but in pursuing it you have lost approval for yourself? Right? I don't necessarily feel like you're wanting to not wear any mask at all or release this notion of curating your life. Curating your life can be so beautiful. It's like you want to wear a mask. You want to, maybe on some level you do want to perform. But it has to come from your soul. Okay, I'm just noticing, I feel like I have to take this too. We've got evil eye here. What is that? Interesting. I feel like I need to go to the guidebook for the evil, like I know what the evil eye means, but I don't know why. I'm just being guided to go to the guidebook. Guided to the guidebook. Let's see. The eye of protection. Jealous gaze sucks the vitality out of the victim. This amulet returns the gaze to sender. If you're feeling perhaps unrecognized for this balancing act, however, take it as a metaphor, I think it's because on some level you don't want to be. You're protecting yourself, maybe, because if you gained recognition for something that wasn't in alignment with your soul, oh, that's like, oh, now you're really stuck in the mud. That's what I'm hearing, right? It's so much harder to like pull yourself out of that life if you build a whole life and a sense of respect or recognition or achievement, success based on something that's not right for you. It can potentially be that much harder to pull yourself out of it. So maybe if you haven't been experiencing the level of success you want with something, it's because your soul is actually doing this. You're being guided to make an adjustment, make some kind of an adjustment. Okay, let's go into poesis. What does Scorpio need to know or do? Okay, it's like, yeah, it's almost like your energy or your soul is putting off something, putting off the success or the recognition, the eyes on you that you think you really want. It's your soul is doing that so that you have more time to assess the situation with the masks, right? Okay. What does Scorpio need to know or do? Observe. More eyes. Ooh. Interesting. Tell me more. Well, all of those eyes in the picture, they're not you. You're the meditating figure in the center. I don't feel like those eyes are your eyes. You're observing people observing you. Or you're able to observe your own inner world despite people's eyes being on you. This is interesting. Hang on. Hang on. I mean, even before the circus tent vision unfolded for me, just when I initially knew it was time to read for you today, 1303, I immediately could tell this energy is kind of nebulous and cloud-like, and it was going to be very, well, and there's clouds in that picture, and it was going to be very easy to kind of get lost in the haze. And what needs to happen is I'm seeing an arrow, so Sagittarius energy is also here. I'm seeing an arrow just like go right through the cloud. Like we've got to find a way to cut through this nebulous, hazy, fuzzy energy to get to the true truth. Tell me more. Seek. I kind of feel like one more. Embrace. So hands are in both observe and embrace. Similar kind of hands. All right. All right. Yes. Your soul, your energy, the deepest truth of who you are, it is seeking something new. It is seeking something different than what you're currently doing. Take it how it resonates, whether this is one aspect of your life, a career, a relationship, a hobby, I don't know what, or your life as a whole. Your essence is seeking something more. Your essence is seeking this energy of embrace. It's you embracing yourself. It's you approving of yourself, first and foremost. And in this self-embrace, you inherently start to nurture new life within yourself, and that melancholy, that heaviness, that sadness, it's going to get pushed right out. So there's some, I don't know. There's something here about this observe card, like all eyes on you and yet no eyes on you. Let me just sit with this. Hang on. Observe the way people are looking at you. The way that people are looking at you matters, because people can look at you without really seeing you. Thank you. There we go. Now I'm getting chills. Okay. People can look at you without seeing you. Yeah. Whew. And when people look at you without seeing you, arguably there's nothing more sad. There's nothing more lonely. You don't just want attention. You want to be seen. That means you have to see yourself, right? You have to drop the performative things. Ironically, you have to stop trying to be seen, to really be seen. Because when you're trying very hard to be seen, you're automatically distorting your relationship to yourself. And then the real you isn't showing up, and nobody could see you even if they wanted to, right? No amount of attention will be satisfying unless that attention is piercing into your soul. You gotta see yourself. Tell me more. Patience. Transform. Connect. More hands. Lots of hands. Spirit wants you to be hands-on about your own transformation, and more hands-on in the, it's almost like uncovering or unraveling of the deeper energies. Oh, okay. Ooh, for some of you, maybe there is an aspect of your truth, an aspect of your, let's just say, soul energy that has never been seen. Ooh, and a couple of readings ago, we talked all about how you were ready to transform your protective shell, right? The clam shell around the pearl, right? Containing or confining your inner juicy pomegranate. Hopefully you remember that. Some of you, I'm sure, do. You've done that. I feel like so many of you are now in the practice of, there's a yearning. It's like there's a yearning to really be seen, because you understand that you cannot hold yourself back and be satisfied, right? So you already moved through such an incredible transformation relative to your own self-protection, and now maybe this is you, this moment now is you connecting even deeper dots. See how you're connecting dots. Spirit wants you to have patience. Spirit wants you to have patience as you dive deeper into what you really want. Now that you have transformed your own protective energy, there's a much greater vulnerability here that you're accessing. Much, much greater vulnerability. The truth of you is as deep as the ocean. And so to get to the bottom of it, it's going to take a minute. At the bottom of the deck is breathe and expand. Ooh. And disillusion. Look at that. The breaking up of the mask. Ooh, yeah. Okay, as you sink deeper into your own ocean, it's going to be quite literally easier to breathe. Your energy is seeking to expand beyond the confines of these masks, this performative nature. You're not here to perform. I'm hearing you're here to excel. How do you excel without performing? I don't know. Now I'm just thinking out loud because I'm so fascinated by this, but I'm thinking about like an actor or an actress on stage, kind of like the elephant. If their soul is calling them to be an actor or an actress, then them performing is in alignment. It is an extension and an expression of their soul energy. Even though they're pretending and performing, it is essentially truly them. Whereas for someone who really does not want to be doing that, performing, being on stage, putting on a show in that way, it's going to feel soul-sucking. So it doesn't really matter what you're doing. You know, even if on the surface what your soul calls you to do looks performative, it can be in alignment. There's just nuance here. I wanted to clarify that. Okay, let's go into tarot. I've had to transform my relationship to that big time doing this. When I first started, and for quite a while that I was filming these readings, like all of my performance anxiety would flare up and I would basically be having a panic attack the entire time I was filming myself, quite literally. It's only relatively recently that I've been able to be calm and truly relaxed, and alchemize that performance anxiety within myself. And this is relevant to you because maybe you're putting pressure, maybe what you're doing is right for you and your soul is calling you to do it, but you're putting pressure on yourself to be performative. And that's the thing that needs tweaking, potentially, or alchemization and transformation. Where do we go from here? Interesting. Spirit is just saying go deeper into what they need to know or do, rather than like going into your general energy or something. Okay. Tell me more about what Scorpio needs to know or do. Breath work might be helpful for some of you. 3 of Cups. Page of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. Heck yes. Okay. I feel like your soul spark, that wand in the Page of Wands, it's calling you away from old relationships. This Three of Cups is fascinating because traditionally the Three of Cups is about celebration and kinship and friendship, sisterhood, brotherhood, emotional intimacy, and celebrating all of that glorious connection. But this Three of Cups is kind of ominous. This Three of Cups is a little bit intense, not so celebratory. Even the colors are very faded and they don't look like they're celebrating something. It kind of has that same gloomy melancholy as the vision I got of the circus tent. And the fact that the Page of Wands is black and white feels to me like your soul is calling you to give yourself a clean, fresh start or a clean slate. Let the color drain and then allow life to show you the colors that are right for you. And didn't we talk about, oh my gosh, in the last reading, we talked about what came through for you, I think, was a rainbow. And that you're shifting gears. Usually Scorpio is associated with like black, white, red, very like gothic, dark, intense, amazing colors. But what came through last time was a rainbow, and that you're ready to incorporate more color into your life. So to me, it's almost like, the gloomy melancholy of the Three of Cups, your old style of relating to other people or the way that you show up relative to other people, your soul energy, your deepest passion, that spark within you is calling you to drain that old color away. Let everything go. It's like empty, 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 so that life can show you the colors that are right for you. There's an incredible amount of trust here with the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, you're just at a turning point. What am I hearing? It's like a turning point that only life can control. There's something that's trying to happen for you. There's just something that's trying to happen for you. It's almost like Spirit is guiding you to stop trying. Now, going back to the analogy of this, for me, because this is just how my brain works. Like, technically right now I'm trying. I am extending my effort and my energy and my focus and my skill, my love and my joy to do this. It's not that this doesn't take any effort. It actually takes an incredible amount of effort. I think more effort than most people know. But I'm not trying in the way I was when I started, and I was super insecure. Like through the roof insecure. So not trying doesn't mean you just lay there on the couch. Right? Hopefully that makes sense. Not trying means not putting your soul in a box. Releasing that performative energy and putting forth effort into that which gives you life rather than that which drains you. Okay. Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. There's that wishy-washy, like nebulous back and forth, I don't know, and it's just like the two masks in the Adorn Oracle card. What do I do? What do I do? Assessing, juggling, well, it's a balancing act. Oh my gosh. It's literally a balancing act. That is exactly what the Two of Pentacles is. Tell me more about this balancing act. Five of Wands. It's conflict. Conflict energy, either between you and other people or just you within yourself. And we have another hand. Your hands are on fire, trying to maintain this perfect juggling, balancing act. It's like it's causing a lot of friction between your own internal parts. Okay, let's just go into some advice here. Advice for Scorpio. The moon. Ha. And it's 3 more women, just like in the 3 of Cups. Working with the energy of the wolf might be helpful. What else? Oh, that kind of ties into what I was saying about the Wheel of Fortune. Surrendering to life. There's a lot that is unknown. This is that nebulous, cloudy, hazy energy. This is also illusion, tying it back to the disillusion. Yeah, disillusion oracle card. Maybe the performing is kind of an illusion that you are creating, or you have been under the illusion that something is right for you when you're actually meant for something even better. But this is your advice, so this is asking you to embrace feminine energy, divine feminine energy. That means so many things. Not only listening to your intuition, but letting it be easy. Letting it be easy. Letting something be easy that you have not allowed to be easy. King of Cups, beautiful. More emotions, more intuition, more water. This is emotional maturity. Ooh, in the face of emotional maturity in the face of emotional uncertainty. Page of Swords. It feels almost like if you stop trying to figure yourself out, like if you stop trying to figure out your emotional depth or the deeper layers here, if you stop trying to maybe make the melancholy go away as fast as possible or get yourself out of it, right? Like this King of Cups is just utter pure emotional presence that Spirit wants you to give to yourself. When you give yourself true emotional love and presence, that means you're not trying to change the way you feel. You're just observing. You've got to see yourself without trying to change yourself. Honor the mystery of your own emotions at this time. As soon as you stop resisting the complexity and the nuance of your own emotions, I feel like this Page of Swords is just going to come right in. This Page of Swords is not you. You're the King of Cups, focusing on giving yourself presence. When you do that, in comes Page of Swords. This could be somebody else. This could be Spirit. But it is a message. It's a message. It's some kind of communication that will be, I'm hearing like quick and sharp. And it's that sword is what's going to cut through this nebulous cloudiness. What is this Page of Swords? Communication, a message, a download, a mental click. Like, oh, I get it now because I wasn't trying to. because I wasn't resisting that I was uncertain. Suddenly I am certain. The Hermit. I feel like this is a spiritual message. I don't know. Deep, deep insight from a guide. Ooh, and justice. Let me sit with that Hermit card for just a second. The Hermit is saying, here I will show you the way. Here I will show you the way. This is divine spiritual grace being extended to you as a reflection of the grace you extend to yourself. You will find a light in the dark. This light of understanding will allow you to make a profound life-changing decision that will recalibrate your entire system from the inside out, allow you to feel more inherently balanced in yourself and your life, and therefore be able to drop the balancing act. You will not have to try to balance, because you will be balance. This is fascinating. Page of Pentacles. And then you can begin again. I just feel like there's no way you would be able to be ready for this level of this depth of self-exploration if you hadn't first done that protective part, transformative work that we talked about a few readings ago with the clamshell and the pearl and all of that. Like, you had to make your own protective barrier more porous so that your essence could start to seep out in order for this next level of transformation and understanding to be activated. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, let's get a journal prompt for you from my journal prompt deck. Okay, sure. We'll take all four. I've actually been thinking to myself, normally I only take one journal prompt, but I'm going to treat it just like any other deck. If multiple jump out, I'm going to take all of them. Okay. What fear is your calling asking you to face? What does your inner child need right now? What are you scared to admit that you want, and why? I like that one. If you knew that you only had one more month to live, what would you do with that month and why? So all of these journal prompts I'll be putting in the description box, along with probably a few others. So be sure to check those out and contemplate them for yourself. They are clearly tied into this reading, and they're going to help you to take your inner work a little bit deeper. Let's get a closing message from a Compendium of Witches Oracle. Closing message for Scorpio. The Stargazer, number 7. That reminds me of the Seek card, because look at all those constellations. So these two totally go together. You're seeking something more. Let's see what the guidebook says. Number 7 might be pretty significant for you. And the moon again. Research, patience, dedication, and confidence. The stargazer's eyes wander around the firmament, She is looking for answers, armed with faith and unwavering determination, as the clouds disperse to show the heavenly arch blossoming with stars. She feels embraced by its greatness, not crushed. Representing our ability to patiently work towards our goals, the stargazer promotes confidence in our vision, especially in times when our spirit is tested. This balancing act is certainly testing you, but ultimately it is refining you, right? Because it's catalyzing you to do this deep internal exploration that you're so very ready for. You're ready to be seen, which means you're ready to see yourself. Not only beyond all masks, but potentially which mask is right for you. Maybe another question that's coming to me is well, I'm hearing the word brand. Okay, brand. So for some of you, maybe this is about business, work, or career. Especially if you're in the, doing something spiritual. If your business is soul-based or spiritual-based, it can be very, very easy to feel resistance to branding or marketing because that feels inauthentic, right? I don't think that's the case at all. If this is for you, talking about a soul-based business, I've found that businesses that genuinely want to be born through you have a soul of their own. They are their own consciousness, and you can treat them like a person. So your brand, in this example, is not something that you're fabricating out of thin air. It's something you're tuning into. Your brand is something you're channeling, right? Anyway, I just felt called to say that. Okay. Now my brain is feeling scattered and all nebulous again. Very, very interesting. I hope this was helpful, or at least thought-provoking, Scorpio. Leave any questions or comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. And again, be sure to check out those journal prompts in the description box. I'll see you next time. Bye.